Hello, it's me, Tom, your friendly neighborhood atheist. And, I went to church today, and I welcome the chance of going to church with friends and family. Though today it was with family, and it was a specific reason. My niece was having her son baptized, who was born with a heart defect, and had a little bit of trouble in the hospital, was there for a few weeks, and is out doing much better. But they wanted to get him baptized as soon as possible, just in case. Want to get him good in with God, just, in case. Don't want to have him end up in limbo or purgatory or wherever they go if they don't make it before they're baptized. So it was kind of a concern for them. Plus they're Catholic, and they think getting the child baptized will actually help improve its chances and help in the healing. Anyways, I go, and I'd like to go. It's a way of showing support for friends and family, to, I guess, show an interest. It's also a goodwill gesture on my part. Just showing that, even though I'm an atheist, and I think their beliefs are ridiculous, doesn't mean I don't like them and don't, want to be with them with their crazy beliefs. But fortunately, like today, with my in-laws, who are Mexican, fortunately for me, or fortunately for them, the service was in Spanish, so I didn't really have to sit through a lot, because I didn't understand a word of it. Shame on me for not knowing Spanish, but it kept me out of trouble, as I tend to snicker at some things and smirk at other things, and I have been known to bust out a laugh on occasion, which my wife really, she doesn't like when I do that. So it was good that it was in Spanish and keeps me out of trouble. But church is important to a lot of people, and as an atheist, I recognize that. And I think church is a club. And when you go, it's very club behavior, because each church does things a little differently. In fact, when they had the baptism, there were some practices that my wife's family was used to doing with other children, and this was a different church, and they do things slightly different, and the priest got a little, like, what are you doing it that way for? At least that's how I interpreted what he was saying, because it was in Spanish and I didn't really know. But each church is a little bit different, and people want you to belong to their church. And whenever I go to a church, they're like, will we be seeing you again? Which I love to say, well, I'm an atheist, do you want to see me again? That usually kind of kills the conversation right there. Occasionally I will be not so much questioned, but I will be preached a little extra to encourage me to change my ways and come to the Lord and see the light, and, well, you know the story. Anyways, I do think that it is important, as an atheist, to occasionally go to church, to see what's going on, to be reminded of why you're an atheist, and see how ridiculous faith leads you to think really pointless things. And what well, I don't want to say complete waste of time, but it is kind of a waste of time. And prayer is a complete and utter waste of time. But I think it's a goodwill gesture. I think it's good to show up every now and again, just to let people know that atheists are just regular people. We just don't buy into these silly stories of God. And some churches are kind of cool, and some sermons are pretty interesting, and a lot of them are almost comical, and gives you something to laugh about and tell stories about later. Anyways, I'm Tom, your friendly neighborhood atheist, and if you like what I have to say, I hope you please subscribe and check out my other videos, and you can find me on Facebook and Twitter, and, well, I'm kind of all over the place now. Anyways, good night.